It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
You are breaking my heart.
Now, first and foremost, RP to that boy. He ain't deserve that. Rogue, you is a piece of basura. In other words, you trash. But until we call you up for further investigations, you take a seat in the back. Let's get to the end, which is where the meat and potatoes come from the comics, which was a storyline that was released in 2001. It was Grant Morrison's first couple of chapters in the new X-Men, and it was called E for Extinction. It was basically the idea of these Sentinels that's not your average Sentinels that have the ability to adapt, somewhat like the movies did when in X-Men Days of Future Past. The destruction of Genosha, all of that comes straight from the comics. The storyline calls for Cassandra Nova, who is a long lost sister of Professor X, and I have a big hunch that we'll bring her into X-Men 97 to introduce it to the audience. So in Deadpool and Wolverine, people are familiar with the concept of Cassandra Nova and understand how dangerous she can be. Now in the comic books, they said Genosha population, 16 million mutants died that day. The only one that stayed alive in that comic book was Emma Frost, but it seems like in the show they have a little bit more survivors. Another thing I wanted to highlight, we even get a glimpse of the Watcher before the events take place, which is interesting. So we'll see if that ties into What If Season 3. Now, shout out to the writer of the episode and the writer of this whole season, which is Bo DeMayo. There was a moment in the show where he was talking about the world leaders, and Magneto should be grateful that the UN is allowing him to come to power in Genosha, even though he's a terrorist. And Magneto responds as, yet so many allow their leaders to be terrorists. I mean, look at the lines he's coming up with, bro. Like, now granted, he did get fired on his day off before the season even got released, but the man is writing at a rate that I ain't seen in a while. I mean, pen to pad this whole season thus far. I don't know if there's room for him returning in future products of Marvel, but if there's a slim chance that he can, please do so. If not, we'll be stuck with the people who'll be doing What If, and What If is boom de la caca, so keep that in mind.
No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it!